Hey guys, welcome to Wrestle Talk. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here today. I am enthused and excited to show you some things that happened last night at Championship One Wrestling, including some snippets that we put online from that street fight that took place between none other than Mr. Xavier Gray himself and the Pied Piper of professional wrestling, the King of Extreme, as he called himself, Mr. Cameron Cox. I can't tell you everything about it, but let's just say we had an excellent time. Joining me with me at this time is none other than Miss Evil Spock Bunny. Spock Bunny, how are you doing today, babe?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I am doing wonderful, Miss Spock Bunny. How did you enjoy the show last night? You were there.
It was very
entertaining, you say?
very.
How entertaining is very entertaining in your book?
I was not
Why would you be disappointed? It's Championship One Wrestling. It's nothing to ever be disappointed about.
because my expectation was
You got your good show, you say?
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part of the show, Miss Spock Bunny? Ooh.
I liked a lot of it.
You liked a lot of it? Hey, guys, thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate you guys being here. Those of you that are joining me on Facebook, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Those of you on YouTube. So that's a hard question for you to answer.
Yes.
You don't know what your favorite part of the show was?
No.
I would have to say it had to be the street fight, really, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it so much. I took video footage, which we've actually got on the screen for you guys that we're going to be playing here in a second. Just some snippets of it, not here and there. But I had a lot of fun last night, and I think that Xavier Gray did a tremendous job in that street fight, even though it didn't quite turn out the way that he liked for it to turn out. You know what I mean? So,
They both did a great job, but Xavier,
you like Xavier a little bit more? Is he on the top tiers of your favorite? How would you put your C1W superstar?
I would do AMJ, Xavier, TK. I like TK
You like TK pretty good?
too. The reject.
You like the Rabid Reject, Adrian
Yeah.
Ace,
Yep. Then there's the Pied Piper.
the Pied Piper of professional wrestling, Mr. Cameron Cox is who we're
Yeah.
talking about there. And so that's kind of your tier there of how you got him. Now, you mentioned TK Arden, the killer. He doesn't have very many fans, it seems, at C1W, but he's an excellent wrestler. What really draws you to him and makes you want to watch him?
I think it's his drive and willingness to just go out there and give it.
I absolutely agree with you. I think that TK has one of the hardest drives that we've seen, and he's definitely willing to try different things each and every time that he's in the ring. And it makes an excellent show. It makes for a great show for them, especially when you have people that are willing to do anything. My favorite is the demented Dalton Blake. Much crap as I give him, I have to say it. The Professor of Pain is one of my favorite people to have and watch inside the ring. Yeah, I love his whining antics. I love how he cries about everything. I really love that he hired a manager. And then last night he gave the manager cards. Like he wasn't even going to let the manager
Yes.
speak on his behalf. You know, he was like, I wrote it for you. That was just great. I'm not saying anything bad about Ravishing Reed. I think Ravishing Reed can speak on his own and do his own stuff. But man, it was just an interesting time to see that Dalton didn't trust his own manager enough. And Reed, if you're watching this, I gotta say, buddy, like for real, what are you thinking reading off those cards? And then you got to see the little snippets over there of old Let's Talk into the microphone while it was happening too. And nobody caught that but the people that were right beside it, but everybody else saw what was going on. They saw everything that was going on. Now, Championship One Wrestling did have some technical difficulties last night that was happening during the match. And, I picked up on it. You picked up on it. Some people beside us picked up on it. And I hope the video footage turns out wonderful for them because I know that they had like a static camera that was set up and it kept falling or it had some problems. But, guys, I know that they've got some footage that's out there and is available to them, like this footage that we're about to show you right here of that street fight. You ready for it? Let's go. So this is the street fight between Xavier Gray and Cameron Cox. Oh, right there on the tables. Just smashes his face. Hit him with the koozie.
I wonder who said that.
I don't know. I guess that koozie was going to do some major damage, though, don't you think?
Yes.
Well, he did hit him with the old Stanley Cups over there. Oh, man, slammed him right on that table, right into some merchandise. Guys, that was brutal. Look, there's TKR. There's your other favorite boy. We had a little turnaround there. Oh, right into the table as he drops himself down. And like I said, that's just one little snippet of what we got to see last night. Some of the stuff that was taking place in that street fight. And that was just, maybe a minute and 30 seconds worth of a small little clip that we had that we got to see probably 25 to 30 minutes of that fight, somewhere around in there, between 25 and 30 minutes of that fight. And it started off with a bang. It looked like at the very beginning that we were going to have a no-show. I'm not going to say who did it, what happened. I want you all to go back and watch it with me on Wrestle Talk Saturday morning. But it looked like there was going to be a no-show there for a little bit. Hey, what's up, TK? How you doing, Championship One Wrestling? Said TK wasn't at ringside. No, not at ringside at all. He was in the audience.
Enjoying the show.
He was enjoying the show. But I definitely want you guys to come back and rewatch that with me on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. right here at Wrestle Talk. But like I said, we had lots of fun stuff that took place and happened direct here. And you guys can see it. Here's a little bit more of that street fight. Like I said, we didn't catch all of it, but we did catch enough of it that you guys can definitely get out there and watch it and know a little bit about what's going on in that street fight. So, Cameron Cox, the Pied Piper of professional wrestling, and Xavier Gray did excellent, both entertaining the fans and also trying to kill each other. They just made it work. Puppies, sit down, babies. I've got 3 little puppies here. I'm sorry. And they're playing back and forth and barking and stuff. So, as you hear, thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. Oh, listen to that chop. What a dastardly chop, guys. Great little DDT
I like
there.
The part where Xavier stops and hit him.
Yeah, Xavier taking the stop sign was there towards the end of that match, and it was well deserved, though. I mean, I think what happened before that is, if I'm not mistaken, it was either Gabe Walters or Cameron Cox threatened his sister, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and so Xavier had the right then to definitely decimate and have that demented part of his mind come out. Hey, Corey, what's up, buddy? How are you doing today?
Hey, Corey.
Gabe is telling people to shut up in the crowd. Didn't he just get fined for this crap like a couple weeks ago, guys? Do y'all not remember that?
Yes.
Matter of fact,
and he is still at it.
I think the commission still had a letter out to him. If I'm not mistaken, that's the letter that the commission wrote that I was able to get a copy of. But goodness gracious, he's still at it. How much money is Dalton going to have to spend to keep Championship One Wrestling afloat because people like him can't stop running his big mouth?
He will have to be out of it.
And it just restarted, guys. It just restarted back over. I'm sorry. We were talking, got a little bit out of it and messed it. But, it's really interesting to see. I can't show that one. That one got some giveaway there. But as you see, we've got a lot of stuff here that's been taking place and been going on with Championship One Wrestling. And that street fight was definitely one to see. It was something that everybody needed to be a part of, needed to be on. And there was a lot of people there last night. I counted 64 before 8 o'clock that came in. I don't know how many people came in after 8 o'clock.
It was almost.
Yeah, it got really full. And I, like I said, I stopped counting. I had to go and get something to drink, and that's when I stopped counting. And so I know that they got really full, and I think the place holds about 200 people roughly, give or take. So it was quite full. I think there was 4 chairs behind us that was empty, and just a couple of the bleachers that were empty. But other than that, they had a full house there, guys. So it was something definite for the area. If you guys were in Cleveland, Chattanooga, those of you that came out wanted to be a part of it and view it, we thank each and every one of you guys for coming out. Now, right here, I'm on the Championship One for Life page. This is the fan page that Championship One Wrestling has, that the members themselves, some of the wrestlers are a part of, some of the staff members are a part of, and we want to bring some awareness to it. If you guys are not members of this page and would like to be, please reach out to myself. I would love to be able to send you an invite. You have to be invited by somebody in order to come in and be a part of it. We'd love to send you guys the invite to be a part of it. But if you guys want to post anything anonymously, we've got some anonymous participants here in the crowd that like to post stuff and stir the pot a little bit. And they do a pretty good job of it every once in a while. They'll allow you to post your photos or videos of the show directly into it. It's just something good for each and everybody. And if you guys don't know how to find Championship One Wrestling, as you see the scroll at the top of my screen, has it set up there at 130 McDonald School Road, McDonald, Tennessee. But I'll also show you here. If you go to Facebook.com, any Facebook that you're on, and you find Championship One Wrestling, it's right here, guys, with the Championship One Wrestling logo and the C1W logo right here on the left corner, guys. That's how you find Championship One Wrestling. And of course, they're at 130 McDonald School Road, McDonald, Tennessee. If you need to email them for any reasons, if you guys are out there in Wrestle universe out there, you guys are wrestlers, you're looking for bookings, you're looking for something, definitely reach out to Championship One Wrestling right here at Championship One Wrestling, Yahoo.com. It'd be a great place for you guys to get a hold of. And then, of course, we've got all this other footage, all this other stuff. The cards are always going to be put out here. Now, this was last night's card, what they had scheduled for last night. That was directly out here. You can catch what matches are coming this Saturday, see what favorite wrestlers you've got, see the people that are coming through. And Spock Bunny, like you said, you have some favorite wrestlers that come through, and they're always on the card. What cards are you always excited to see the people that are on?
Like I said, Xavier and AMJ.
Why do you like AMJ so much?
No, he's just a crowd pleaser.
A crowd people pleaser?
Yes.
You can't always be a people pleaser, Spock Bunny.
Yes, no, it's all good.
It's all good, she says. So I want to be very frank and clear. I'm going to have some guests start coming in to Wrestle Talk with me from Championship One Wrestling here in the coming days, now that we've got our complete setup ready and rolling. And as you see here on their page, we've got the Marvel Matt Taylor cutting a promo here. Now, I've got the volume off on this promo, but he cuts a promo. You've got the old King of Extreme here. Now, this was a precursor into the street fight, and I will expand it for you guys just so you guys can see it. It's going to be going up. Talking about that number one contender shot for the world title. Kayla says AMJ is awesome. She is right. Kayla, come on. Are you serious?
Hey, she's a wrestler, okay?
She knows a good wrestler.
Yes.
Come on.
You're just jealous.
Maybe I am a little bit. But still, that's beside the point. Strong words there. Strong words there from none other than the Pied Piper of professional wrestling, Cameron Cox. Now, if you guys want to see what happened there, you're definitely going to join me on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Wrestle Talk right here on the Rabid Beaver channel. We're also on Streamlabs. We're also on Stream Elements. You guys can follow us there. Twitch.tv/Rabid right there. Nerdy Gaming with Rabid Beaver 132 on YouTube. Facebook.com/Joseph D. right there. McFoo02 on Twitter and also a Rabid Beaver on Twitter. We got those and both the Rabid Beaver channel on Kick, a Rabid Beaver and a Rabid Beaver 2. So we've got lots of places that we broadcast. Kayla says, yes, I am serious. My daughter is his biggest fan. Lol too. And she said, shut up. It's her AMJ. That's how she feels. That's how Spock Bunny feels each and every time that we're together. And I start getting on to her a little bit. She goes back and forth with me about it all the time, Kayla. So I know for a fact that you're not the only one that has that going on. So we posted some stuff a little bit ago. We were doing a little snippet here. You can catch our snippets directly on our page. Now, we tagged Championship One Wrestling in this snippet before we started. We were just trying to get the broadcast going. And AMJ came back and said, well, sorry, I was at RCW defending the tag belts with my dad. I have a promo to attend next week. But I'll be back May the 4th is when he said. So May the 4th is when he's going to be coming back. But I'm sorry. I think that we're booked May the 4th, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, I think we're booked the 4th for the Strawberry Jam in Portland, Tennessee with Jay Lethal. I think that's it.
No, it's the 10th day.
That's JCP.
Might be.
So let's check that out. I'll check that out for you guys real quick. Pro Wrestling Entertainment. I'll tell you exactly when we're booked. Goodness gracious, girls. Yeah, it is. It's Saturday, May 4th. Saturday, May 4th is going to be the Strawberry Jam with Jay Lethal, Alex Taylor, EC3, Chase Stevens, Colby Carter, Magic Jake DeMoss, Adrian Thomas, Chris Michaels, Cody Angle, Big Strong Mims, and many more. Now, I have to say that right up front. So I'm sorry, AMJ, that we are going to be absent for your first return. I apologize. But we've already booked this in advance, and we're going to be going to that and being a part of it. But yeah, so we posted a little snippet of trying to get Wrestle Talk ready for you guys this morning. AMJ came back and responded directly on that page. But as you see, this is the best way that you can get in touch with each and every one of us. You can catch me directly. The Championship One Wrestling page is always going to be available to you guys on Facebook. And if there's any way that they can get a hold of you, Championship One Wrestling, I see that you're still here. Is there any other way that they can get a hold of you besides showing up to the show? 130 McDonald School Road, McDonald, Tennessee, Saturday, 7 p.m. when the door opens, $8 at the door. Hey, girls. That's enough. My little puppies are angry right now. They're being rambunctious. We just got two twin baby girls, and they're beagle mixes. They both got beagle in them. And one of them looks like a German Shepherd, like my other big dog, Dexter. Man, they're just crazy. They're crazy and rambunctious and full of fun.
In water, so they're trying to.
Absolutely. And as you see here, we got none other than the energetic enigma AMJ and his best friend, the Marvel Matt Taylor, with Championship One Wrestling says, just say no to drugs. Now, that's no more important than it was yesterday, because yesterday was a big day in the druggie world, right? So 420, for those of you that are not old enough yet to know what it is, it's a bad date in history, and it's supposedly the partaker's date. So Championship One Wrestling opened up last night with none other than Mr. Kevin coming out and saying, hey, I hate to inform you guys, but nobody is allowed to be doing drugs or have any alcohol on premises. And I think he was absolutely right in doing so. Absolutely 100% right in doing so. For one, it's a family-friendly event. Just like you, Miss Kayla, you said that your 2-year-old loves AMJ. She loves every time he's in the ring. Well, we want it to be a family-friendly event each and every time you guys come out, Kayla. Each and every time that your grandkids come out. Each and every time that your children come out. So we want to make sure that everybody is saying no to drugs. Now, also, we have to mention, just like Kevin mentioned, if anybody is caught with it on their person or at the premises or on property, they're not only going to be escorted off property, but they're also going to be trespassed from their property. And Championship One Wrestling doesn't want to have to do that to anybody, ever. And unfortunately, that has happened in the past, and we don't like that to happen. So please just leave your extracurricular activities, your drugs, your alcohol, anything that's illegal at home. We definitely don't need it there, because we want these kids to get the best action possible, to cheer for their favorite people, just like AMJ, just like the old evil Spock Bunny does over here.
All the time.
All the time she does, and tells me about it every time we come home. She loves that. So, and that's just part of it. It's just part of it as you go. But please leave your drugs and alcohol at home. We want it to be family friendly for everybody who comes on in and is a part there. So was there another surprise that you were really interested in seeing happen at Championship One Wrestling last night, Spock Bunny?
Not
Between Dalton and Christopher Battle?
Crystal Battle.
That's
So
okay.
I liked them, and I liked her and how they were on your days ago. They gave it.
I think that the way that ended was very interesting. I'm not going to give all that away. You guys have to be here Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Wrestle Talk, in order to catch up on that match. But I will say this. I say that it was very peculiar in the way that it came out. Now, Christopher Battle on the podcast, which you guys can catch up directly on our YouTube channel, Nerdy Gaming with Rabbit Beaver, or right here on Facebook. You'll just have to go down and check out for Thursday evening, 8 p.m. is when we started it. So it'll be right there and ready for you under our live scene. If you guys will go back and rewatch that, Christopher Battle did make mention of challenging a certain somebody with the Mix 1041 championship. He told him, hey, I never lost that title, and for you guys to have that now is a disgrace. And he's absolutely right. He never did lose that title. He never lost it, never had the chance to lose it. He had to relinquish that title for the injury that took place with his knee. And I'll just say this, the way that match turned out was very interesting because I believe Christopher Battle, if you guys go back and rewatch, said that he would love to have a face-to-face meeting with Adrian Ace. The question is, did it happen? So
I think when everybody turns in for Saturday, that
I absolutely hope so. I absolutely hope so. And I think my favorite match was the Adrian Ace four-way match, the fatal four-way that took place there. C1W had a lot of first-timers, newcomers that came in, and Adrian Ace really put them through the ringer. They put Adrian Ace through the ringer, too. I have to say that. And they actually gave him a run for the money. And, that's a hard match to come back and try to win from. Three other people, four-way match, three other people on. You have a 25% match of coming out and being the winner. And, I don't know how he did it. I don't know what possessed him to do it the way that it happened. But I will have to give props to Adrian Ace by retaining that title. That will be the only spoiler that I give you guys today. Adrian Ace did retain that title in that four-way match. But that was probably one of my favorite matches that took place during the night. I think that Mama Hannah definitely played a good role in that too, and keeping him sane, keeping him fresh, trying to make sure that he was taken care of and putting him in the right spots to do the right things at the right time. She definitely was a great presence at ringside for him. And I think anybody who's going to have to beat him, including Christopher Battle, is going to have to deal with her presence as well. And I don't know how you feel about it, but he's going to have backup because I believe he's man enough to stand his ground, but I don't think he would hit a lady. I don't think that it would be fair for him to hit. So I think that he would have to have backup, and I would like to see in the days to come if he chooses anybody to be in his ring, in his corner, in his ring side. I'd like to see if that happens with Christopher Battle. Because I think it's going to be fair if he picks somebody. It's got to be fair. But who do you think could actually hold that spot? Who would you like to see? Let's just say it like that.
Matt Taylor would be good for him.
I don't think Matt would put his hands on a lady, though.
No, but his girl would.
That's very true. That's very interesting. I think that Crystal Fire would be a good person to bring back for that, especially since they've had beef in the past. Do you remember how that match turned out? Mama Hannah just walked away. She was cowardice and left that match. So I think that there's some unfinished business there between Crystal Fire and Mama Hannah. And I think that Christopher Battle, if he was smart, he would pick somebody like that to be at his side. Kayla Reville says that was great, but I really liked the street fight. It was great. I absolutely agree.
Great.
I think the street fight was the best fight of the night by far. I don't think that there was another match that topped that match at all during the night. I think there were some good matches that took place, but the street fight was where the money was. That was the moneymaker for the night. There's some things I didn't enjoy about it, but there's a lot of good things that happened with it. The things I didn't enjoy was they didn't ban Gabe Walters from ringside. They banned TK Arden and they banned that stupid Buck Manson from ringside, but they didn't ban the manager of champions and legends, that old weasel Gabe Walter. What were they thinking, Spock Bunny?
They weren't thinking.
They weren't thinking at all.
He's a weasel.
He's a weasel. He's a weaselly little weasel.
Yes.
He deserves to go back to that hole wherever he's at that he crawled out from under. Wolverine Chewbacca look at things, she says. That's very interesting, Spock Buddy. It's a great take that you have right there going for it. So, yeah, I mean, I think that was a mistake on their part. I think that if she had to do it over again, I think Miss Danielle would ban him from ringside, especially with how everything happened, everything turned out. I think it would have benefited them by far. I think that she got a lot of heat for doing what she did. I'm not going to say you guys have to tune in Saturday, 10 a.m. I think she got a lot of heat for that, though. Yeah.
I really think about her.
Oh, yeah. She definitely wants to keep. She definitely wants to keep everybody safe, and you can tell that. And you can tell that she wants to make sure that they're well taken care of, not only in the safety aspect, but their mental aspect, their physical aspect, how they approach each and every match, how they approach the ring. And you can really tell that she's put lots of thought into how she takes care of each of her wrestlers. And so that's a really good part on her. Kayla says they weren't thinking at all. And you're absolutely right, Kayla. I 100% agree with you. I don't think that they were thinking at all when it came down to that. It's not a bad thing. I think the match was great. Well thought out for the match, but I don't think that they should have let Gabe be involved at ringside with the Pied Piper professional wrestling. It was just an unfair advantage from the get-go. And then you consider that old Mr. Not at ringside was in the fan seats back there, and he could have got involved any time.
And he didn't.
And he did. Well, luckily he didn't. I mean, that's the one thing that we've got to say is luckily he didn't get involved. The killer TK Arden did not get involved inside that.
Maybe TK.
I don't know.
That's coming out.
I don't know, especially with the way that the C1W fans treat him, calling him the big giant traffic cone and the human highlighter and stuff like that.
That's odd.
You think he's seen the light? You think he's getting ready to turn away from Gabe Walters and see his true value as a wrestler?
We can only hope.
I absolutely agree. I think that's the hope, is to get away from the Goob Walters family and make a man out of yourself, TK. I mean, Kayla says that was a shocker. It absolutely was. Absolutely 100% a shocker. I absolutely hope that TK Arden has seen the light, that he's finally seen what's going on.
He's a great wrestler.
Absolutely.
He really is.
Absolutely. He deserves to have a bigger spot on the card, I believe. I believe that it's time for him.
He deserves a manager that will guide him to be the best.
That's right. Somebody, none other than like Ravishing Reed, who could help. You like how I did that there, didn't you? Let's split the evil up. If we're going to do it, let's split the evil up. That's a step up. Let's do it. I mean, even if he had a woman manager, like Sensational Sherry for the old WWE and WCW, Scary Sherry, Sensational Sherry, same girl, Sherry Martell, she was a great manager. So even if they had a woman who could manage somebody, actually knew how to do it well, like Mama Hannah's being a great valet, great manager right now for Adrian Ace. But even if they had somebody that could elevate his career in that aspect, I think it would go a long way with him,
Just anything other than Gabe.
Anything other than the Gabe Walters family, she says.
Yes. He needs to go on the good side.
He definitely needs to go on the good side. So, yeah. I'm sorry, we got technical difficulties here. Today's episode is brought to you by Orange Fanta, which I'm not sponsored by in any way, but it's what we had on the table for playing Pass Around. So excuse me for just 1 second as I take a drink. Kayla says she hopes so. She says that she hopes that he leaves and is definitely moving on with somebody else. But I absolutely believe that if they got a nice woman manager for him, that his career might skyrocket. It might take the place and move on up. But it's got to be somebody who knows the business, knows what they're doing inside the business.
Strong person.
Strong personality.
Knows how to do correctly and cheat.
That's right.
Or anything that actually have integrity. They need in order to be a great wrestler.
Well, on the cheating side, so every manager at some point in time in history has cheated. Everyone. It doesn't matter if you go back and you look at, Jimmy Hot, baby, he's cheated too. It doesn't matter who you look at. They've all cheated at some point in time, right? So you kind of have to have give and take with it. Do I want them to definitely get the wrestlers over? Yes, by all means necessary. If that means getting on the apron and standing on the ropes while your man gets the victory and gets a little sneak schoolboy in to help your wrestler win, absolutely, I agree with it. But it comes to a point that if it's the same trick over and over and over and over, that it becomes redundant and the fans start losing interest.
Are you truly a good wrestler?
Well, that's it. That's just
it.
Or
are you relying on your tricks?
That's just it. That's just it. And so where we've seen his career kind of plateau so far, no offense, TK Arden the Killer, if you're watching this, we definitely want to talk to you about this. If you have a chance, we'd love to have you come on the show sometime with us. But if you want to progress in your career at some point in time, the cheating's got to stop. Absolutely has to stop. You could be known as the dirtiest player in the game. You can still have that every once in a while. I gave an example a couple weeks ago on Wrestle Talk, and you were listening to me as we did it. We were talking about Ric Flair. He had a spot specifically for a low blow, right? And they told many times, I've heard many people, I've heard Maven say it, heard The Undertaker say it, I've heard Steve Austin say it, that if they knew Ric Flair was going to wrestle and he was going to give that move, nobody else was giving a low blow. That was his move because it would finish the pop of the crowd. Well, the problem is when your manager does the same thing over and over and over and over again, you don't have any pop from the crowd anymore. So, you got to get to the point where it's moving in a better direction. And TK, no offense to you, but we want you to get the manager that's going to do good for you, do great for you, and elevate your career. And like I said, I hope it's a woman. I hope there's some woman out there that's going to be smart, sexy, brave, that'll be willing to take on somebody and somebody that can elevate your career and help you move forward in your career to do a lot better than that old weasel, Gabe Walters.
Each week, you are getting better in everything that you're doing. I think for everything that it would go a lot faster.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes all it takes is just having the right person in your corner and the right person to believe in you. We told a story about Dusty Rhodes a couple weeks ago. We called him. And he said, man, Dusty, I know I'm never going to be you, and I'm never going to be Austin. I'm never going to be this one. I'm never going to be that one. He said that Dusty kind of kicked him in the teeth and said, hey, if you're not in this business to be the world champion, what are you doing in this business? You got to get out of it. So, TK, we see that in you. We want you to be who you need to be. We can see you holding that title and being a world champion. But sometimes it just takes having the right people in your corner to do that. I don't think that Gabe Walters has the best interest in it. Plain and simple. What do you guys think? Kayla, what do you think? Corey, what do you think? Each and every one of you, Championship One Wrestling, what do you guys think out there? So, moving on. Now that we've gone through, now what do you think about Cameron Cox? Do you think that he's kind of stuck in the same boat there with Gabe Walters, or do you think that Gabe Walters is really using him as his horse and pony show?
I think Gabe has his flaws. He's like where he will do whatever
Gabe wants him to do, you say, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that Gabe, no offense, Gabe Walters, I think that you're a good manager. I just think that you've got too many irons in the fire with the Gabe Walters family.
A lot of family members.
A lot of family members, including some that have turned their back on him in recent weeks, that where they're like none other than Ray Steele. That old cowboy that used to be a part of the old Stud Buds? Know who we're talking about? Yep. The old Orange Man? He wears orange trunks for those of you that are joining us that don't know anything about Ray Steele. He wears orange trunks. He wears orange knee pads and orange elbow pads. Sometimes he wears black, but most of the time he wears orange. So
mainly it's orange.
Mainly it's orange. Now he turned his back on none other than Minta Dalton Blake a couple weeks ago as well, and cost him the tag team titles after Dalton Blake gave up everything. It really caused Dalton to have a breakdown. So, but even somebody in his corner that could do something like that could help him out. You know, he was a former member of the Gabe Walter family, if my memory serves correctly, at least for one night, wasn't he? I mean, so you guys tell me. You tell me if I'm lying or wrong or whatever. But I believe that was the case. I think he turned his back on them too. Because you know what? You can't train a viper. Vipers always strike and they're unpredictable when they're going. So that's my take on that one. But it did leave Dalton Blake in a really rough spot. It's made him question himself enough that he's hired a manager himself. I never thought I would see the day that Dalton Blake hired a manager.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
It is. Well, it's not weird. It's just it was unpredictable. You know, you couldn't see that one coming at all. It just was unpredictable all the way around.
Especially from the crowd. He went around asking.
Yes.
He pulled him from the crowd
at random. And you know, Ravishing Reed was the one that stuck there for them and was able to take over for them. And I think that Ravishing Reed had something that nobody else had, and that was the ability to get under the skin of the fans as he was pulling it out. But I think that it's made Dalton question his ability as a wrestler a little bit, that he's had to have a manager now. And I don't know if it's a good thing for Dalton to actually, I think it's a good thing for Dalton to have, let's say it like that. I believe it's a wonderful thing that Dalton's actually got a manager that can actually help. But he's a control freak.
I'm just glad he's starting to wear wrestling clothes, where before it was just regular t-shirt and jeans, because I'm not going to say anything, but we know what happened to those jeans. Them, and now you're actually wearing clothes that are not going lifting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, everybody will not let him forget that.
No, nobody's gonna let Dalton forget that. You know,
every show.
I think he's trying to copy old Bruce Lee a little bit from Enter the Dragon, but that's my personal take on it. He's just got black and
like a little bit more gel in his hair, because it's so precise when he goes in, but by the time he comes out, he looks like me in a wet day where my hair goes out. Like
your hair goes out and goes everywhere.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh goodness. Hey guys, we're gonna be heading over straight to YouTube. Pay no attention to the thing that's on the page here. We're going to go and drop down here to Championship One Wrestling. I'm going to show you where you guys can find it right here. Championship One Wrestling page is at Championship One Wrestling -WG4Q. They currently have 483 subscribers, 270 videos. And they did post some stuff already from last night, ready to rock and roll. But like I said, Saturday, 10 a.m. is where you can find that there. Or you can find it directly here on YouTube. You guys can't wait to get all the action. It's right here on YouTube for Championship One Wrestling. Now, you can enjoy Championship One Wrestling in person every Saturday that they're available. And trust me, if you keep up with their Facebook page and the fan page, they'll let you know when they're going to be closed. But every Saturday they're available. Doors going to open at 7. The bell time's going to be 8. It's going to be $8 at the door. You can use Cash App to get in when you're there, when you're right there at Championship Wrestling. Or you can use your card. There is a 50-cent surcharge on the cards for you guys to use. Every show is family friendly, as we hit on that earlier, but we have to hit on it again just to let you guys know. Every show is family friendly. Please leave your drugs and alcohol at home, as it's a family friendly show. If you are caught with it on your person or on premises of Championship One Wrestling Arena, will be escorted and trespassed from the property. You don't want to have to do that. Guys, please just leave it at home. It makes it easier on everybody so that nothing happens. You can enjoy a great show each and every time you're Concessions are always available at Championship Wrestling. They normally start between 7:40 and 7:45, and they run the entirety of the show. So you have that, or until they're sold out, whichever comes first. But you have that entire option. So when you bring the family, you have some way to get a snack and something. And hey, The bathrooms are open back up again. They have male and female bathrooms inside the building. So for those of you that roughed it out and had to go through that little series with us with the Porta-John, Porta-John is no more. The restrooms are up and available at Championship Wrestling inside the arena. So you guys can come in and enjoy that as well. That's something big for them. I'm happy they did that. It's definitely a big booster for them and for their morale and the morale around. So thank you, Championship One Wrestling. Thank you, the Rotary Club. Thank you for fixing your restrooms and getting great everybody. You have anything to say or add? It looks like you do. I see it on your face.
No, just that everybody should.
Absolutely. It'd be a great place for you guys to come in and be a part with us. So like I said, we've got it right here, Championship One Wrestling. This is their YouTube page. This is where you guys will find them directly. You guys, notice I have subscribed. I've hit that bell. So every time that they post something, it posts directly to me and puts it right out there on my page directly. You can catch their playlist if they added any new playlist. Like they got the one for directly up. That's the one we're going to be Saturday, 10 a.m. right here on Wrestle Talk. So I'd hope that you guys would come in, but you can catch up on all your favorite past episodes up to, I believe, the 2023, 6/24 of 2023. Down here at the very bottom is when you can catch up to. So you know exactly what you're getting into. You can follow Champion from the very beginning and see how everything has progressed for them as they've moved through, and made a full year. Hey, something that we didn't speak about was the 1 anniversary show that with Mix 1041. Now, that was an excellent show that happened. If you guys missed it, you can definitely catch it right here on Championship Wrestling and see it right there. It's going to be from 3/9/2024, March 9th, 2024 is whenever they held that show. You can catch up. They had none other than the real one. Mr. Enzo was there, from formerly WWE Enzo Amore, as they say, but he was right there with them, and he had a great show right there. So you guys definitely see that. That was
a packed
one of the largest crowds C1W has ever had, with some of the largest pop C1W has ever had available as well. So you guys definitely check it out, see what's going on with it. So you guys can definitely be a part of it. What's up? The Rabid Reject has came into the chat. How are you doing, buddy? Doing pretty good? I hope everybody is doing good out there. Are we too quiet? Is that what you're trying to say? The feed keeps coming in and out, Bubba, is what you're saying? All right, let me turn the gain up here. All right, is that a little bit better now that we've got a little bit more gain on it, a little bit more feed coming through? I hope it is. I hope it's coming in a little bit better for you. Try not to get the feed too costly for you. Is it when she speaks or when I speak?
For me.
It's not showing that you're speaking, darling. Yeah, so far it is. So it just needed a little bit of gain on it. Okay, awesome. So, but definitely wanted you guys to be a part of this. This is where you can catch up on all your Championship One Wrestling directly from YouTube. If you guys are out there wanting to find it. They've got a community page, too, which hasn't posted anything yet. I'm waiting for them to put the poll on there. What do you think about this match or that match? Who's match or woo's match? But I'm going to tell you right now, we do that right here each and every week on the C1W for Life fan page. For those of you that are interested in being a part of it, just definitely reach out. Somebody will have to invite you, but we'll definitely make sure that you get involved in the C1W for Life fan page directly. We would love to have each and every involved. Get involved with it. Come on, baby, outside. Need to be underneath my feet. Trust you, chew up stuff. Got my puppies. I got 3 puppies with me right now. Spoiler alert, he says, I kept my title. Hey, come on now. We weren't supposed to give that away there, Adrian Ace, the Rabid Reject. You know that. You know we weren't supposed to be giving that away just yet, Adrian.
But we still like you.
We still like you. We were talking about your match. We talked about how you overcame some odds there, some very good obstacles inside the ring and retained that title. But, you know, hey, that happens. Happens all the time. Right, Spock Bunny?
Yes. Yes.
I do have to say this, though. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen between you and Christopher Battle, though. I think Battle has got something going on for you. We are actually speaking about it earlier. We were talking about it a lot earlier before you got here, we were talking about how Christopher Battle never lost his title. And he made mention that he wanted to meet you, and you all met in a very peculiar way last night at the 420 show of Championship One Wrestling. And like I said, if you guys want to catch directly up on that, that's right here on their YouTube page at Championship One Wrestling -4G4QX is how you catch them. He said, there's no one that can take it from me. Anyways, Christopher Battle can't handle the reject.
I think he can. I'm all for Battle. I really think, no offense, but I think he will go on.
I'm looking to see the fight. That's what I'm interested in seeing. I don't know who will win, but I would say this. I would say Battle has vengeance now, especially after what happened last night, which we can't give away just yet. He said, your opinion is valid and heard, but it's wrong, is what Adrian Ace has come out and said.
That's okay. I can take it. But again, Battle will get you, so it'll be all.
Like I said, I think Battle has more motive behind winning it this time and trying to come out and become that champion again, especially since he never lost the title, Adrian Ace. How it was kind of just stripped away from him.
Taken from him.
He said he's dead.
I'll revive him, okay? So it's all good.
That's right. If she don't do it, Steve will.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you guys once again. Thank you to every one of you guys for being here. We appreciate you. But like we were saying, we're just bringing some awareness to Championship Wrestling, especially after the fallout last night, to let you know what's going on. He said, and it will remain away from his clutches, is what he says. You believe it'll remain away from his clutches?
No, Battle will get it back. He will win, he will fight you, and he will get it back.
There is no determination like a soldier's determination. If they're determined to take a hill, by God, they might lose 500 people,
that they go
but they're going to get that hill.
Yes.
So I absolutely believe 100% that you have a fight ahead of you, Adrian Ace, a big fight ahead of you. And let's just say this. Some things that were cheap and took shots at something might get the favor returned in the weeks to come. So the question is, are you prepared for hell? Because he's already went through it. And trust me, I saw it in his eyes last night. He's going to bring it again. Kayla says, I think Battle will get it back. He said, he's a tough SOB. Don't get me wrong. He showed how much he can endure last night. Absolutely, he did, especially with his leg. They targeted that.
He gave everything tonight. Oh, still.
Oh, absolutely, he was.
Never gave up. Never tapped out or pushed through everybody trying to like let's third. Now tag ready. Everybody is in for the win. He's
definitely in for the win. He's in for the long haul for sure. And I think that he's not only going to be champion again one day. I don't know when that will be. It might be in a couple weeks, Adrian Ace, if you aren't prepared enough for him. Because trust me, Battle is going over the videos. He's going over everything. And he's studying you right now. He knows he's going to know your ins and outs, your ups and downs, what you're going to do. He's going to know when you sleep, when you use the bathroom. He's going to know it all. So you have to be prepared for him because he's preparing for you, sir. And if you aren't ready, he's going to catch you off guard. And he's going to take that sucker and he's going to take what's rightfully his back. So you have to be prepared for that.
And he'll look how every when he is against.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Spock Bunny. I couldn't agree more at all. I think that in the days to come, we're definitely going to see that. Kayla says Battle did great last night. Absolutely, he did, Kayla. He did wonderful last night. Unfortunately, there were some spoilers that happened, though, with him that tried to ruin his night and help the old demented Dalton Blake out in a certain way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Can't believe that it happened either.
No one was expecting that.
Nobody was expecting it. Nobody. Dalton, I'm going to tell you what, buddy. If you want to win, there's a right way and a wrong way to win, and especially having a new manager, nonetheless, Dalton, that could have had your back. But nah, you got to throw money where money is needed. How much did he pay you, Rabid Reject? We have to know. Was the take really worth it at the end of the day? That's the question everybody wants to know here at Championship One Wrestling. Everybody wants to know what Dalton Blake is paying to throw his matches.
What he is up to.
That's an even better one. What is Dalton Blake up to? If you guys don't know, sorry, I didn't mean to move that. Boop, it's going back out. But if you guys don't know, Dalton Blake in recent days said that there's nothing money can't buy, nothing he can't do. Kayla said he probably paid him $40. James Duffy says, throw me the money.
Show us the money.
Kayla said him that much. Yes, absolutely. Oh, the Rabid Reject says, I wanted battle out of the equation. Gone. I work for no one. I don't believe that, sir. I don't believe that at all. I do believe that you wanted him out of the way. Let me say that. But I believe you work for somebody. And I believe his name is Dalton Blake. He said, would have taken out Dalton too if he'd got in my way. Now, I believe you would have. I believe you would have taken out Dalton Blake after you would have taken his money. Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it earlier. When Vipers strike, they don't care who they hit. They're just attacking. Kayla says it's not true. You work for the company C1W. That's absolutely right. 100%
You can
right.
have more than one job, though.
That's right. You could have more than one job. You never know. He does carry that bat around with him. I you know that old Beverly, as you call it? Is that right, Beverly? Or is it Brenda? Or Barbara? I mean, you got so many. You carry even the mini bats around. Did you name them too? Are they Dink and Doink and Doodle and Dixie?
Floppy.
Do Floppy! My favorite old Do Floppy. He said, Mama Hannah is the only person that can tell me what to do. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of true. I could see that one. Beverly, keep her out of your mouth.
Hey,
right,
we all love
neighbor.
Mama Hannah. She does a great job.
Yeah, Mama Hannah does a great job for you. We do have to give her props. Absolutely props. We were talking about her just a little bit earlier as well. We were talking about her ability to actually be a good manager too. You were talking about your match and how she really came for you during that match, helped you out quite a bit during the match, and kind of gave you guidance on when to stay out of the ring, when to get back in the ring, when to do this, when to do that. You know, she was really on top of her game, managing you, valeting for you, and taking good care of you.
Yep.
So I have to give her props on that. She did a great job. She knows exactly what she's doing. But in the days to come, do you think that there might be a ripple in there, especially with some people might be looking for a new manager, as we mentioned earlier, maybe one the killer, TK Arden? Very interesting, huh?
It is.
He says 100%. The Rabid Reject says 100% facts. Then James Duffy says he will no telling where Beverly has been. Kayla says my daughter got one of them bats and named her too. What'd she name her? Did she name her Beverly?
Beverly Jr.?
Or Beverly Jr.? Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I have to give you props, though, on those bats, dude. Those things are selling like wildfire at C1W. You did a really good job of marketing those and figuring out that the fans wanted those and doing that. I hope it's a good moneymaker for you. I hope people to sell a bunch of them in the days to come. And with your new fans coming in right here on C1W, those that join us every Saturday, 7 p.m.
I think fan base is growing.
It does. We have to give you major props, too, on this for your fan base as well. So, you know, I said a few weeks ago on the podcast that when you came in, you could not get a reaction out of the crowd. If you bought them, it wasn't going to happen. You couldn't get anybody over. But you've won the C1W fans over. You've won their hearts and minds over. And you have now become a mainstay in C1W.
Well, just since I started watching coming, it slowly has been building up
every week.
More and more people. And definitely after the main event. Bam, it's growing huge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going huge. It's skyrocketing through the roof for you. You are definitely on a rocket ship to the moon right now, and you carry that as long as you can carry it. But I'm going to tell you, you've got a huge obstacle in front of you in Christopher Battle.
Battles.
Christopher Battle, I'm telling you, sir, it may take more than just Beverly to take care of Christopher Battle, if you know what I mean. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah.
But you are flying to the moon right now. Kayla says, she said, my daughter got one of them bats and named her. Then she said, no, she got 2 of them, AMJ and Uncle Dalton. They sure do hurt. She hit me with one. Yeah, you might need to put a warning label on them saying that if they buy them, you're not responsible for any damage that's done to them.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kayla, that's awesome that she's taking it serious like that. That's good. That they sure do hurt when they hit her with them. That's great. So that's what we like to see, though. That's what makes Championship One Wrestling very special to each and every person who's out here and is wanting to be a part of Championship One Wrestling. We would like to invite you guys, if you're first time watchers, first time viewers, doesn't matter where you guys are at. Championship One Wrestling is located at 130 McDonald School Road, just like it's on the banner above in McDonald, Tennessee. And as it says on the banner above, doors are going to open at 7. The bell time's always going to be at 8. Tickets are going to be $8. They do have Cash App available. If you have Cash App, you can Cash App them directly and get your tickets at the door. Also, if you're paying with a card, there's a 50-cent surcharge on the card, so it'll be $8.50 for the card. So just so you know up front, that way everybody knows. And also, kids 5 and under are always free, just like it says up top. So don't worry about bringing your kids. You can bring your kids. You can bring your neighbor's kids. You can bring your grandchildren. You can bring your grandchildren's grandchildren. It don't matter. Bring them all. We want to see them.
Bring the whole family.
Bring the whole family. It's a great time. The Rabbit Reject said, seen a video a few weeks ago where one of the kids was putting food on her spikes and eating it off of it. Gotta love the kiddos. That's absolutely right. You gotta love them. They've got imagination. And, you know, I think that's what's really missing from a lot of professional wrestling today is getting the family involved, getting kids involved, and making sure that the kids have a good time. And you have found a way to connect with those kids, those bats, and that's a great thing for you, a wonderful thing for you. And it's really great to see that they've taken action just like that to where that they can go through and eat off of those bats if they want to with those spikes that's in them. That's
chicken nuggets.
Great. Yeah. Get those chicken nuggets, baby. Pick them up off the ground. That's a great thing. All right, guys, we're right here at the 1 hour mark right now. We got about 2 minutes left. So I have, unfortunately, got to stop for the day. But I promise you, I will be back Saturday, 10 a.m. right here. Wherever you're catching me, if you're on Facebook, it's at Joseph D. Hughes. If you guys are at YouTube, it's Nerdy Gaming with Rabbit Beaver 132. You guys are on twitch.tv/Rabbit. You guys are on streamlabs.com/Rabbit. You guys are on Daily Motion. It's dailymotion/Rabbit. Kick.com/Rabbit Beaver or kick.com/Rabbit Beaver 2. You guys are out there on Streamlabs. It's at streamlabs.com/Rabbit Beaver. Wherever you guys catch me, that's where you can be. And also, I have a radio podcast that should be coming out within the next couple days. And it's going to be available on iHeartRadio, Spotify. It's going to be available on Podbean, Buzzsprout, Audible, a few other places that it sends it to. Was Google Cast, but they've changed the name of it. I don't know what they changed it to, but they send it there as well. You guys are more than welcome to subscribe to that and like that as well. We'd love to have you guys come in. Before I forget, I know that I have merchandise. Still, I don't think I can show it to you like this. But there it is. There's my merchandise available. You can go to streamlabs.com/Rabbit Beaver, just as it's spelled ARABBID. Number 3 AVER, and you can catch all my Wrestle Talk merch right there. And as you see, there's some pricing right under it. I've got some limited runs available in the red one still. I only have left of those that's available, so they're definitely a hot item. Get them while you can. I also have my Camel Toe Adventure stuff up. That's for my music page on TikTok. That's available right there. I've got merchandise direct from them. I also have my Op and Fox stuff that's there, and my Rabbit Beaver gaming stuff. All of my Rabbit Beaver stuff, guys. any of you here that you guys would love to have. And once again, thank you guys, each and every one of you all, for coming in and being here with me. And thank you, Miss Evil Spock Bunny, for showing up and showing out and talking with me on this episode today. Appreciate you coming in. And I hope that, oh, absolutely, anytime. I would love to have you come back sometime, anytime that you want to come back. And in the days to come, we're definitely going to get some people to come in here with us on Championship One Wrestling, Wrestle Talk, Rewatch and Review, and we're going to start talking to them and have them be a part of the show with us. I hope to invite each and every one of you guys to be with us Saturday, 10 a.m. for that, whenever we start coming through. I believe it'll be after May 4th because we're going to be in Portland May 4th. So hopefully after May 4th, we'll have everything settled and ready to go. We can get some people start coming in here and getting everything going. Right? Excellent. Thank you guys so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were right here on the Rabid Beaver channel. And I appreciate you guys for coming in and being. Thank you very much. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and I hope to see you at Championship One Wrestling Saturday. Yeah, absolutely. Come see us, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.